This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
It is another wonderful Wednesday night, Sports Delight, because this is ladies' night.
So gotta let your hands up when the beat
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
This is ladies' night.
ladies run this mother.
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 Let's try this angle. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ladies' Night, and it's your girl Bunny. Happy New Year, everyone. 2026 is starting off wonderful. Why, do you ask? I'm glad you asked. So, 7:02. It is January 7th, 2026, and it is 60 degrees in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Shout out to us, right? So thank you for tuning in. Of course, the Platform Sports Talk Show is across all social media platforms, and we're on the first Wednesday of the month. However, the fellas hold it down on the last Wednesday of the month with the Man Cave. Of course, Stanton and shoot, I don't draw a blank, y'all. My bad, fellas. It's been a long Wednesday. But Stanton and the fellas hold it down on the Man Cave the last Wednesday of the month. And in between the first and the last Wednesday of the month, we have the Platform Sports Talk Show. Of course, social media, Twitch, Facebook, IG, YouTube, and High 365 Radio, Facebook. What I miss? If I miss something, my apologies. But I'm glad everyone is tuned in. And with the girl Bunny, it's just not me, of course. We got the other ladies holding it down. Our panel is excited. We got some great topics we want to talk about. So coming to the stage. Nah, I want to try a different intro for her. How about we got the one, the only, world famous Jayonce. Was that okay?
Okay. I know who you're gonna say. I was like,
Yeah, because I was like, I was like, nah. We already know. She already got an insider with the producer, so I ain't trying to get on the bad side. So I was like, no, I gotta do it. I mean, that one wasn't too extra, but I try to, I'm gonna work on something for next ladies' night for your intro.
hey, I'm here for it. I'm here. What's up, Bunny? Ladies' night. I know. We back to work.
Baby, I'm telling you,
The struggle been real.
I'm used to it now. I'm 3 days in, but I wasn't off the whole Christmas break, but I got a good, 6-7 days in. So yeah, it was a nice break. It was relaxing. Did some house cleaning, specifically some storage closet cleaning, so I didn't have to wait to spring cleaning. Let's start on this now. Well, I had some downtime, so yeah.
Oh, you did a lot.
I did. I would say that. And then and look, and still don't have the Christmas decorations put up yet.
see. Now the producer don't play, baby. Christmas don't even be all the way over, and it be shoot, take it down. I'm like, goodness.
I definitely go over to the new year. Now, since the weekend, I could have kind of done it then, but I unofficially like to wait till the Feast of the Epiphany, January 6th. That's when the three wise men went to go see baby Jesus. I kind of like wait till the end. Then I'm like, okay.
Oh, no, I have not heard this
Really?
story of
But the Epiphany, though, the Feast of the
No, that's new. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
with it.
look up January 6th, honey. That's
I
the date
thought
that
people just
tell
be
us.
making up stuff like it's Martin Luther King Day, it's whatever, like just whatever. Okay.
Nope, 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 honey. Because
Miss
again,
Dub. Hi,
back.
Miss Dub.
Hey, Miss Dub. Let's see. So we got some other panelists ready to get their talk on and let us know what their New Year and Christmas was all about. So we know she coming from the Boondocks, but again, I gotta work on a different intro. Coming from way out there, coming from semi-dry January, coming from she love the blues but can't stand the blues right now. Something like that. Come on down, Jobo.
Semi-dry January. I missed and yeah, I cracked open my Olipop and it did not have the whoosh like normal beer does, but it's whatever. It's an Olipop. It's really yummy, cream soda flavor. And I got my not as big as Faith water, but I got my Waddy. I'm sorry to our viewers. I won't be as fun tonight. I'm sorry.
Right, because you're doing a damp January.
Damp January. Now, Jake from Talking Baseball said, it should not be like the first to the 30th or 31st or whatever. Like that's too extreme. Just reset a little bit, And that then with how nice it's been the last couple days, get out, go on a walk, enjoy the sun, drink some water. I did tell Brendan though, I was like, man, it's gonna suck. We're not gonna be able to drink, watch, and play off football this week. And he's like, yeah, I might have to do that. So I'm gonna try to be strong, guys. Okay. So
You got this, Joe.
I
You
got
got
it. I got it. I
You
got it.
can do it.
Let's do this. And last but definitely not least, she is keeping the faith for us in this new year that Jobo is going to get through January semi-dry. Come on, keep the faith. Come on, Miss Amani. Show.
Come on, keeping the faith through playoff and championship and college football through the weekend, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Whew.
with you.
Yeah.
That's gonna
I,
be right.
I think I could do it. I have to look out for Brendan.
Yeah, I'm my prayers are with you.
She gonna blame it on him.
No. I think he'd be
Y'all
all
got-
right.
I think y'all got it though.
Yeah, we
But
got
good,
it. We got it.
happy New Year, everybody. Good to see everybody back. Happy to be back.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Looking forward.
Oh, look whose name up
Hey.
here. Hey, Annie.
Annie.
Listen. I'm glad Annie just posted that because I missed her. I was going to say, welcome to the NFL playoff without your favorite Cowboys. It is so wonderful. The Cowboys
Oh,
once again are in the playoffs. I love that for
You
her.
couldn't even let her have a
No.
post.
my
Annie,
lord.
dang.
No. The
Buddy.
Cowboys not making the playoffs lives rent free in my head every time the playoffs come around the
Oh,
NFL.
goodness.
You know
Rent
what?
free.
You know what though? She might have something to cheer for when spring comes around because
But the Pirates.
Pirates actually made a couple moves for the first time in I think it's been since 2014 when they signed Nova to a multi-year deal. Like what? So then they finally realized they got Paul Skeens, they got Jared Jones, they got Mitch Keller, and O'Neal Cruz, they got some young guys to work with, and they actually finally added some bats to that lineup and left-handed bats because that wall's, they can hit it over that wall into the water. So she might have something to cheer for, and that gonna be better than the Cardinals this year. So
There's that, huh?
All right.
There
not
is
saying much, but they're gonna be better than the Cardinals.
Okay. There you have it.
We do have to say something. This
Do
is our
we?
Dang.
5-year anniversary on Ladies' Night.
Well, happy anniversary, ladies.
Hey,
We
congrats,
got 5 on it.
everybody.
We got 5 on it. So Faith, welcome. I know you've been here for a couple weeks now.
It's like a snap, that's just like a little bit of a snap in time compared to 5 years, that I've been here, So congratulations to the team and to everybody for their longevity. And I'm looking forward to another 5.
Yeah, let's do it. And that's nice that Annie chimed in because she's been here as well through the whole ladies' night thing. Because I think our first year anniversary, we were at our last house, and I remember celebrating it at the kitchen table. So I remember sitting there, and and Annie was on. So, and Annie, I hope your pirates don't mess it up because it sucks being a laughing stock. So yeah, so hopefully they don't continue to do that.
Love that.
Yeah. Yes. Happy anniversary to it was Annie. What was the other lady who was a panelist and she talked about wrestling? I can't remember.
Oh, Sharita.
Yes,
Sharita,
so shout
I
out to
miss Sharita.
Sharita, to
Yeah,
Annie, uh
Purple Rain's been a
all
part of
Purple
it for a
Rain.
bit.
yes, Purple
Mm-hmm.
Rain. So shout out to
Mm-hmm.
all the ladies who
And,
paved the
and
way.
Michaela McGee. Michaela over there being a new
Yeah,
mommy and all doing it.
Michaela,
Mm-hmm.
Michelet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Been a whole bunch of us. You know what though, Bunny? Me and you, we the OGs. What up?
Right, right.
What up,
It's like the
OG?
OGs.
We the
Yeah.
OGs.
Why? Let's see.
Nice.
Um, let's see, y'all. I having semi-technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to switch devices so I can look at our rundown here. But while I do that, let's see how we're gonna get this party started. What's first up to bat here?
What's in
What's
your
in your cup?
cup?
You know what, Faith? Let's go you first.
With what's in your cup? I can run that down. So we it's been a long time since we've seen each other. We haven't seen each other since the last time of the year, and I just honestly feel like I need to kind of get this off my chest. Like, there's been a lot of things that have been happening in the boxing world since last year. We've seen one of the all-time greats in my mind, retire, and Terrence Crawford last year. You holding belts, in multiple weight classes. It's but so I wanted to bring up this topic of this whole Anthony Joshua Jake Paul fight, and then the subsequent like accident in Nigeria. Like, all of it was kind of crazy at the end of the year. So I kind of just wanted to drop that there and get everybody's opinion and kind of just see where folks are standing there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the battle lasted, I want to say, like 6 rounds, knocked him out, I guess, or it stopped, I guess, in the sixth round, where it required, I think he broke his jaw in like maybe 2 places, like requiring like titanium in his jaw. And then to celebrate, goes to Nigeria, and then gets in an accident, a fatal accident where, he ends up, where a couple of people of his team, I think his strength and conditioning coach, and then like his I think a personal trainer of his ends up losing his life. So I kind of just wanted to put that out there, and just kind of say, like, I think we just need to watch the boxing world and pray for the families. Although, Anthony Joshua did, speak out. He did break his silence at one point and say that he will, give lifelong support to the families and help them in that way. But I just wanted to at least say in this moment, and at least on this ladies' night, bring that up, that topic tonight on the show tonight. But I also want to say that, that brings him to 29-4 with 26 KOs, and then we're looking forward to a fight with him and Tyson Fury possibly this year as he continues his comeback.
I was
That's
like,
that's what's in my cup.
yes, it's so much that happened since we last talked. Because
I
I
know.
wanted to talk about him, but unfortunately not for that reason. You know how it ended. Because I had it all planned. I was like, now, Joe, when you talk about your type, we
You know
need
what,
to
though?
just we need a
Yeah,
moment of silence because that man is fine.
Jamie, I'm going to
Like,
agree
we
with
wanted to
you.
get us a moment, right? We
I'm
wanted
going
just
to
get us
agree
a
with you,
moment.
but the dude looked like he had a type with the announcer after the fight because he would just gaze it in his eyes, answering,
Oh,
talking to him. Everyone was talking about it. Come on now. But see, now we can't even make fun of it because he's
I
sad.
know, right? I
I'm sorry.
know. So yeah, we will shift. But yes,
Yeah,
I was
all
like,
right.
I
Like,
planned to talk about some other things. I was like, no, even my boss was like, I don't watch boxing, but who is that? Like I need to go make a visit, I was like, yeah. But yes, so our condolences to the
Mhm.
families, because that is just definitely has to be devastating. The rumors though, that the rumor mills are saying he's gonna stop boxing, but who
Well,
knows?
yeah, so Faith, you mentioned a possible fight against Fury this year, but I'm like,
Is
one that happened, but then also how long these guys and women train to get ready for these fights is a long time. And speaking of the women, you know what? I don't know who these women were that fought before them, but me and brother trying to watch our mouse more around the kids. Holy heck, I don't know what to say because that was a good fight. I don't know who that I don't remember what that girl's name was that won, but she didn't even look like she broke a
either.
sweat. She didn't look
Yeah.
like she broke a sweat. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I thought that was Alicia Baumgart. Okay, I feel like that fight was better than the Paul and was his name, the guy's name again? I'm sorry.
Anthony Joshua.
Oh,
Anthony
yeah, Joshua.
Anthony yeah, like I don't like yeah, I don't know. I feel like every time Jake Paul has a fight it's boring and goes almost a full however many rounds, so
So you don't think, Joe, that you don't think he's gonna fight Tyson? You don't think he's gonna make it? You don't think it's gonna happen at all? That's your prediction? No.
again, I don't know. Like like I said, the training takes a long time
And with this
and with this that just happened, I mean it just happened.
I mean, they said it was minor. He left the hospital. I think
I get that. I get that. I think he's fine. I'm saying just the fact that he just lost
mentally, his training.
2 people from his team.
Major
That's the crappy part. So
Did
and
they
it
say what the
happened.
cause of the accident was? Was it negligence?
I don't know.
I know the driver got charged, so I didn't hear what actually happened, but I know the driver that was driving them got charged.
Okay.
Apparently,
So-
they were hit in a stationary truck. So that's what my report said. And the driver was charged with dangerous driving. So I don't.
You just never know because like there's some crazy streets out here, but in other countries you just don't know what those streets are like. Like I don't know. There's a lot of people all over the place in the picture. I can't imagine that the streets were empty when it happened. It was probably a victory ride or something, and that's why they were all there. So,
and probably
I
not
don't
in Lagos, however you pronounce it. Definitely not. I'm sure there were people around.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna go more on the side of if it does, it's not gonna be until like November or December. They were recording it live. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Put your phones away when you're driving, people. So yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
Definitely negligence. Definitely.
Man.
Thanks
I
for
didn't know that. That
info,
makes
we
it even worse.
appreciate it.
Right.
There you go.
See? Annie holding it down.
There you go.
All right. You, Jayon, say what is in your cup, sweetie?
Well, what's in my cup? I was going to start with talking about, we had baby girl coming to town for the holidays. And if you saw my Facebook page or the producers page, social media pages, him and baby girl decided to go ice skating. So I was saying a little prayer because, I have no time for injuries right now. That is not what we're doing over holiday season. But they held it down, especially baby girl. I was like, okay, you might be a new little figure skater or something. So ice skater. But just shouts out to St. Louis because after 20 years, the U.S. Figure Skating Championship for the Olympics is being held here. It starts today to the 11th. So check us out, So St. Louis, be on y'all best behavior. Okay. Be on y'all best behavior these next few days, please.
I love that.
Please look good.
So yeah, so again, if y'all want something to do, you can go check it out. You can actually buy tickets and be a part. So I can definitely watch. I was not putting on no ice skates. So
Ice skating is rough. Like it's not,
yeah, like my
not the
body
part.
started tensing up just looking at them. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Is it men? Do you know if it's men's and women's? Is it both?
I think so. Yeah,
That is so
I
cool.
think
Some of
so.
the things that they're doing right now, like performing those quads, are like it's like insane. Like watching it on TV and watching women actually performing and landing quads in competition. And I honestly, I'm looking forward to being able to report because the Winter Olympics, obviously, like you're saying, it's happening
Hmm.
here. I'm looking forward to being able to report on that too. So
That's
I've been,
February, right?
I think it happens in the summer.
In the summer? Okay. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
just saw
think it's in.
something
The
about
qualifying
February.
is happening right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say May, but I might be making it up.
And I know there was like some discussion about possibly, which I think it's been resolved since because I've seen a lot of hockey players join in their respective countries. But there was at one point that Bettman, the commissioner of the NHL, was like refusing NHL players to play because the ice wasn't up to standard. But I guess they got that figured out because there's been players announced to their teams now. But yeah, Jamie said it is February, so that's
Yeah,
what I was saying. I was
February
looking stuff
6th.
up.
So
So
The Olympics starts February the 6th.
The Winter Olympics, yeah,
Winter
February 6th.
starts February 6th. Wonderful.
Around the corner, literally.
like, what is that? What's that sport where they're just like making the ice thinner and you don't?
Curling.
Oh, that's so fun to watch. Oh my gosh, that's so.
I really want to know who thought this was a good idea to organize and make it as a sport. Not saying it's not fun to watch, but who's like, hey, y'all, let's just see if we can get a stick. We're going to call this curling and see how far we can get people to fight over
Right.
air down a hiking rink. Just
It's
curious.
so fun to watch, though. It really is.
It's like
You know what?
somebody that was good at it. They were like, "This needs to be a sport." So I can
Like
be.
pickleball blew up, but I don't see curling blowing up. Just saying.
You said
Ugh,
February
Can we
6th.
please not say pickleball? Ugh,
What pickleball do to you? You got beef with
hurts.
pickleball?
It really does. It just every time it hurts my soul. I went to play tennis yesterday at a court and I couldn't. You know why?
Pickleball.
That's why you got beef with pickleball. Got it. They rained on your parade. No pun intended.
So, question though, with the Winter Olympics, then, if you said it's the 6th, like, is it the Super Bowl right around that time too?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there's
Yep.
going to be like, obviously the world's going to watch the Super Bowl, but people that have someone to and their family, they're gonna. I wonder if the ratings will be a little bit different this year because if this has happened before, I don't remember. Being right now.
That's a super good question. I'm sure it's happened before. Every 4 years, it happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a very good question. I know I'm just gonna record everything.
Right. Well, I think you might have a couple of different audiences for the Winter Olympics versus the Super Bowl. So I think it's enough people to go around.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
And I guess the Super Bowl is also too just one game,
Mhm.
and then it's kind of like over. Whereas the Winter Olympics is
Right.
spread over several weeks. So
That's true. Is that all you had for your what's in your cup, Jamie?
Yeah, that's my cup for at least right now.
For now, until something pops up.
Right.
So my cup has been full the last month or so because we had Mia's 5th birthday, and then a couple days later Christmas, and then New Year's, and I was so ready and happy that she went back to school this week because I needed it. I needed it. Love her to death, but my lord. So a lot of that's been in my cup, and then just thinking about, obviously, you guys know me, baseball, and it's been slow and a snooze fest the last 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks to a month with the free agency. And I know the holidays were in there, but there's a lot of really big free agent names out there still. So, and then like the deals that have been signed have been, lately it's been a lot of the Japanese guys coming over, and but they've been really small deals. Like the Astros just got a Mai, and it's like 3 years and opt out after every single year. Like that's, I don't know, it just seems weird. So I don't know if we have to blame the CBA for this, since there's a possibility of a work stoppage in 27. So I don't know. I'm just ready for the offseason to pick up again, because it's, before you know it, the Super Bowl's here and then spring training starts. So I need this to pick up a little bit. That's what I got.
Slow moving trade agreements, bargaining agreements in the MLB. That's what's in your cup, Joe.
Right.
Yeah, because I want to hear some dang baseball moves. But there was a big move today. The Marlins and the Cubs had a trade. The Cubs got a really good pitcher, so that sucks. Edward Cabrera, but they also had to get rid of their
They
top
got a really
prospect.
good pitcher, so that sucks.
Yeah, it's the Cubs, but
That's the curse.
but the Cubs did have to give up a top prospect, so that's okay then. That's nice. But yeah, it's been a slow off season, and it's sad.
I know, because I actually looked into some baseball stuff, and I really, there was, even for me, I couldn't even, find much.
I mean, I guess you could bring up one though. With Katie Wu is still reporting some Cardinals baseball for us, because she did put out that we're probably, let me go to the actual, so I know Fred actually shared it as well, but they are probably going to like give up their rights, or I can't think of the actual legal terms, but it could be to where we don't have to worry about blackouts and stuff with watching games, and we're no longer possibly going to be a part of the FanDuel sports network. So that could be a big plus for us. Don't have to worry about blackouts, and might be able to actually go on MLB app and watch your team play baseball, or I might be able to watch the Astros play the Royals in Houston. Like whenever they play the Royals, I can't watch them when the Royals are in Houston, because we're in Missouri. That's stupid. So, that's something that's positive. And a lot of teams might be doing that apparently.
Yeah. You would think they would have been done that, but better late than
They
never.
were doing that back in the day when everybody had satellite, regular cable.
Yeah, regular
You cut
cable.
the cords. If you want to still have viewership and eyes, you got to stop limited access to it. So Blackhouse is not forcing people to buy those packages anymore. We have too many ways to access sports, whether legally or, on the black media market per se. So it just didn't work out for them to keep blocking out. You needed more eyes and easy access to your content so you can have more interest drawn. So yeah, they're a little late doing that, but late than never, right?
Right.
But Jobo, because of the CBA issue, is why that is not a lot of movement in the off season in baseball.
That's what a lot of people are speculating. Just because, like, Amai for a reason, like, he's coming over and he's getting an opt out after every year. So like, you don't know where you're going to be, or like, you could look at it another way. Like Dylan Cease, he signed really early in the offseason with the Blue Jays for 6 years. So no matter what, this dude's set for 6 years. Like whether there's a stoppage or not. So, but a lot of people just think that's a lot of the holdup. You got all these owners freaking out about their TV deals. Because these billionaires are worried.
You gotta be worried. If you keep on your billions and make more billions, you don't want to give them away so easily either. So they're like, let's hold on to the wallets a little tighter. Let's be a little more conservative till we know. Because that's like with the CBA, we don't know what the new one is going to be. Is it advantageous for agents and owners to lock those deals now? Because if they do it now and the CBA boosts up stuff or puts that salary cap in or whatever, they may hurt them, or it may be better for them. But they're just going to tiptoe, because when you're conservative with your wallet, you're just going to wait and see how it plays out. That's what more than, and this is outside of baseball. A lot of businesses, sometimes the wait and see approach hurts you, but sometimes it helps you too. And that's the approach a lot of the GMs and owners are taking.
Yep. I don't know. gonna be sad if there's no baseball in 2020. Bunny will be happy, but I'm gonna be sad if there's no baseball in
Now
2020.
see, how she does shots fired only 7 days into the new year. And I'm like,
You
not
shot
the
fires at
antagonist of
Annie and she's not
baseball.
even here.
But I'm not even the antagonist of baseball. I like Cardinals baseball. I like baseball. I say move slowly, but I'm still a fan.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear what's in your cup, Bunny.
In my cup, unlike you all, congratulations on being dry or partially dry January. That is not in my vocabulary. Not in my head, not in my vision board, none of that. I had my dry Januaries 4 and 7 years ago. Okay, I'm good. I paid my dues of being dry. Okay, so nice cocktail, long day at work anyway, so I earned it. But the other thing that's in my cup is Unrivaled League. It's up and running. They started back this season on Monday, January the 5th. Unfortunately, one of the co-founders, Nafisha Collier, is injured, so she's not participating in Unrivaled this season. But I'm excited to see it. I'm glad it's still, continuing. This is season number, which one, 2 or 3?
I want to say 3.
3. Thank you. So I'm still glad to see that they got sponsorships and it's still going.
How strong is that cocktail?
It's nice. Yeah, I'm just saying. It is. So yeah, the Unrivaled, shout out to the ladies holding it down. A lot of the WNBA players are playing. And I looked at their schedule. So they started on Monday, a couple of games. Then they had some Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday, Monday. So I thought they were trying to do it like around the other sports. So let's say, college football got some games Saturday, the last 2 playoff games. And I'm thinking, oh, well, NFL playoffs. But no, they just got their schedule. They don't care. Somebody else got something going on. So, but shout out to them. And hopefully we'll see some good highlights. And then once the season's over with, we're going to blink and WNBA season's going to be here just like that.
Mm-hmm.
It all happens so fast.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's segue on to, speaking of Saturday, we got some college football playoff games, and there were 4 teams left.
Oh no.
Out.
Word Bunny. There she is. Okay. There she is.
Y'all see me?
Yeah.
So with the college football playoff, there is a 12-team bracket. There were 12. Now it's 4. Of course, I have a bias / support for University of Oregon. I have one of my cousins, number 11, Jeremiah McClellan. He is a wide receiver, and he's been pretty good for Oregon. So I have definitely been paying attention and rooting for them all the way. No surprise that they're going to be playing. They've won 2 games in the playoffs. Now, the Roll Tide, because of their winning ways over the last, let's say, 15 plus years, they were beginning to be like the Duke Blue Devils of basketball. So everybody expect, hey, if they get in, they're going to win, they're going to go far. Yeah, well, that came to an end courtesy of the new and improved champions of the Big Ten, Indiana Hoosiers. So those boys are for real. Like, everybody think of Indiana as, of course, a basketball school, but they say, no, we are a football school now. You still got to prove yourself, even if they don't win, but you got to put some years in. But they definitely have turned the state of Indiana looking like a football state, not just Hoosier basketball.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I know what a Hoosier is in St. Louis, but what is a Hoosier?
I remember they said
Miriam.
They talked about it on the Man Cave before, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
A
Merriam-Webster version of a Hoosier. Anybody going to Google that real quickly?
I would love. That's a great question, Joe.
Does anyone look it up? Shall I look it up?
Have at it.
It's just a person from the state of Indiana. That's it.
That's really what it is.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we're a lot like Indiana then. Because because there's a bunch of Hoosiers in St. Louis.
If you are born or live in Indiana, you are a Hoosier. That's it, and that's all. That's the
All
only
right.
requirement.
All right.
Okay, so all you gotta be to
I
be a
remember they
Hoosier.
talked about that on the American before because this question came up before. I was like, okay.
Actually, we should go through a few of these mascots. Not now, but one of the shows. Wait to the crossover show. I don't care because one of the people on the college football playoff, Ole Miss, they're known as the Rebels. You'd be like, oh, just a regular Rebel. No, they got historical ties to their name.
Mhm.
Ohio State, again, a Buckeye. What the
Buckeye.
is a Buckeye?
Right, is it right? What is that? I would
You
love
know
that.
what?
It's
we
named
could do?
after somebody because only y'all looked it up because I like Ohio State.
That's
So
what our
Buckeye's
March
named after a person?
Mhm.
Ah.
our
Interesting.
March Ladies Night should have something to do with the mascots and stuff because that's how I pick my March Madness bracket. That and like colors and stuff. Because I don't know a dang thing about basketball.
Wow. Jobo, thank you for your honesty.
Hey, what was it? March Madness last year that I just picked Mizzou the whole way, just Mizzou, M-I-Z,
Yeah, I
baby.
could've
Even
told
though I
you,
didn't believe it. Like,
right.
come
You were
on now.
just a hope and a prayer one ain't gonna get you forward with that one. Sorry, sweetie.
Yep.
Okay, new
Uh-oh.
segment,
Here.
mascot.
Maybe better this year.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, but yeah.
Hey!
Oh, hey.
Hey, Annie.
Annie
With
with
4
O's.
O's.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
What's up?
What's
You
with
need
the
5
4
O's.
O's?
Under
Continue.
5
I was
years.
listening to your discussion as I was logging in. But I thought the Buckeye was the nut that
Oh,
like
yeah.
looks like the candy that you can get at like Cracker Barrel and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, I
a
thought it was,
Buckeye
like, the
nut
nut and, like, the
because
sweet
Ohio is the Buckeye State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's weird. I don't
Which
know how
I ain't
they
never
come up
heard
with
nobody buying a Buckeye nut in my life. but the mascot is Brutus Buckeye, I think. That's the
I love
whole
name,
name.
Brutus. Okay. Well, let's see. An Aggie. You got Sooners. I don't know what those people are. Anybody know what an Oklahoma Sooner is? What a Texas A&M Aggie is? No. Okay. Definitely got to break down some of these mascots here. Well,
Aggies is just short because it's Texas A&M, and A&M usually stands for agricultural and manufacturing for most schools that are A&M schools.
I thought it was
So
agriculture and
Aggies.
mechanical.
Mechanical, so it's agricultural and mechanical.
I believe, but everybody, I believe. No,
But that's where the Aggie comes from. It's just the agricultural school, short for the A&M part.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, I'm learning a lot today because I'm like,
okay,
I say A&M all the time and don't know what it means, but.
And while you're on it, Annie, what is a Texas Tech Red Raider?
The Red Raiders, I don't know where that comes from, but I can look it up.
Yeah. I just, you hear these names so much. It's like, what is in their name? We definitely need to break down. So, but with this 12-team playoff that's now down to 4, the Oregon Ducks against Indiana Hoosiers. And then the other game will be Ole Miss Rebels against the University of Miami Hurricanes. Now, if you're talking about some excitement on the sidelines on the games, you need to look at University of Miami, specifically one of their alums, Michael Irvin. That man, y'all swear that man was out there playing. He ain't played in literally 30 years from Miami, but he's so excited running up and down the side. You would think the man is a coach. He is just a former player, had a Hall of Fame NFL career, yes, and is a good broadcaster. But he is so hyped that Miami is back, like back when he was in his collegiate days. He's on these sidelines, y'all. Y'all swear that man should have his own headset in the clipboard because he is out there coaching, screaming, excited. Like, I love it for him. And it's not like he's reliving his days when he was on the sideline or playing, but you can tell he's hyped because it's been a long time since University of Miami has had a good run, and look how far they're getting. So anyway, I wish I had a clip for y'all, but that man is very animated, very excited for his team. So shout out to them. But real quickly, with those 4 teams left, I don't know who's going to win it all. But again, I'm biased. I'm going for the Oregon Ducks. Want my cousin to get him a little championship ring. So after Saturday, we'll see who is left.
I want to shout out Miami's defense. I think that's been a story for them, especially against Ohio State. I think it stunned them. I don't think anybody was looking, to see exactly how good that they were going to be, for that game. And I think that they have an edge physically over Ole Miss. However, I do feel like Ole Miss has an explosive offense that could be a counter punch or a counter to the defense of Miami. So I think that that's actually going to be a better game to me than the Indiana Oregon game, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing that game for those two reasons: the defense of Miami, and then the offense of Ole Miss. Looking forward to that.
Okay. All right.
I think Kevin Wheeler, that's on KMOX, is a Miami guy. That's where he went to school, I believe. Correct me, Smooth. And then Tom Ackerman of KMOX is Indiana Hoosier. So I'm kind of hoping that's the outcome, and we can see them just bicker with each other on social media. Talk trash.
And Will's is a cool guy, so shout out to him. He's both of them. Ackerman and Will's both have been guests on here, so shout out to both of them. But
they're cool guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see again after Saturday who will be finals. Who will be able to the college football playoff finals. Somebody wants to mess with one of my Christmas decorations, y'all. I told you they're not up. I haven't put them up yet. Sorry about that background noise. Put it down. So while we're on football, let's go on to the NFL. This is Annie's favorite part because she wants to talk about her Cowboys. Oh, wait. They're not in it. Oh, how did I forget that?
Just wrong.
You would think after 5 years the joke would be old to you.
Oh,
but
never.
Not.
Let me tell you how crazy the joke goes. There is the guy that cleans a building at work, and sometimes he'll rock his Dallas Cowboy hat. Sometimes he'll rock a University of Florida hat. And I think he's from St. Louis. And I'm sitting there like, it just had to stick out to me when I keep seeing this down. I was like, wow, I love your loyalty because this is at the beginning of the season, mind you. I said, you're not going to go far. You're not going to do good. I just know it. And he laughed. He's like, oh, here you go. So I saw him today leaving out the building. And he said, there she go. I said, why you mad at me? Because your team didn't make the playoffs. And I told you. How you going to get mad at me?
Yeah, so two takeaways from the story. One is that Bunny makes fun of janitorial staff. 2 is loyalty is absolutely right. Cowboys fans are more loyal to the Cowboys than the Rams ever were to the city of St. Louis. We've been fans longer of our team than y'all so-called team even stuck with y'all city. So we are definitely loyal, if nothing else.
Actually, you only got 1 out of 2 correct. Because one thing Bunny does not do is make fun of any occupation, and definitely not cleaning company. Anybody there will tell you that. I am the one that speaks to them, acknowledge them. That's why I talk to them. I like anybody that works any place. That's one thing I don't do and play. Janitorial, VP, it doesn't matter. Everybody's a person to me. So I do not make fun of them at all. That's why they talk to me. They don't talk to other people.
Except for that one story.
Hey, it doesn't matter. And it's everybody that doesn't talk sports. So the other people there that don't talk, I still not talk to them. And they appreciate Bunny. So if they see me, hey, all the time. I never demean, never to make fun of anybody's occupation, ever.
Unless you're a Dallas Cowboy player, you make fun of that occupation.
But at least I can make fun of him's team, but I still acknowledge him. And ask anything they'll tell you. I always say thank you for showing up, thank you for coming and helping. I always tell them that. Don't even know these people's name. And that's not where I work, even my previous place. I always do that. Everybody is important, no matter what occupation or what job you have. So that's why I say you got 1 out of 2 right. And that's been my whole life. Nobody is better than the next person, no matter what job you do. But anyway, so yes, let's talk about these NFL playoffs that the Cowboys aren't in. Coming from the AFC side, listen, I know everybody who was watching that Steelers and Ravens game were like, nah, this is going to be a tight one, right? And it was tight, but did anybody see the Ravens losing off of a field goal and their head coach getting fired the next day? I don't know. It wasn't off of that play of them losing a game because of the field goal being missed. However, it's a lot going on with the Ravens. But with them losing, how the Steelers are in the game and they're playing the Texans. That matchup, I don't know, but the Steelers are barely making 500. But Annie, since you were in Pittsburgh one time, even though you're a Pirates fan, with the Steelers, do you see them actually being able to defeat the Texans and make a good playoff run?
So no, they won't defeat the Texans, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it close. I mean, that's just how they play. They tend to muddy up games in ways that other teams don't appreciate, don't practice for, aren't built to do. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it close. But no, I fully expect the Texans to win as long. Well, I was about to say as long as CJ Stroud is healthy, but even with Davis Mills, their offense still stays on track. The reason why they are legit contenders is because of, their defense, particularly that front four. So yeah, I think that the Texans will win.
Gotcha. Miss Faith, do you see, still on the AFC side, anybody else in the playoffs that's playing, wild card playoff game advancing, and which team are you running with?
To be honest, I kind of see the same thing. The Houston Texans is probably my guess. I honestly feel the same way a little bit. They are traveling into Pittsburgh. They have Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be probably tighter than it should be just because of those things. But I feel like Houston will come out victorious out of there. Buffalo, and also Texans, I think people don't realize that the Texans have been winning. They have not lost games. So they are riding momentum into the playoffs. And I think that a lot of people are not 9 games. Thank you. Exactly. They have a 9-game winning streak. They have not lost into the playoffs. And so I think that that's important to kind of, think about and remember as we are moving into the playoffs. And then they're going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was on a hope and a prayer over the weekend, to even make it out of Sunday. So I think that the Texans have a very good chance of making it through, obviously, against Pittsburgh again. I don't think that there is anyone else in the AFC wild card who could do that. I think that Houston is playing the best ball right now.
I want to just be clear that I think the Texans are going to win that game. I don't think the Texans are going to the AFC Championship or anything. I think they got 1, maybe 2 games in them, but I don't think they're the strongest team in the AFC. But I do think all of the games this weekend will be close. I would bet that all of the games will be decided by 10 points or less. Even the Rams-Panthers game, because remember the Panthers played the Rams earlier this season. The Panthers won. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, unlike other wild card weekends where it was a lot of blowouts, I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend had a lot of really close games, maybe some ugly games, but a lot of really close games. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers lost this weekend and then Mike Tomlin gets fired on Monday.
What? Fired?
Yep.
Why do you think that?
Because same thing with Harbaugh. Harbaugh has been with the Ravens for 18 years. Tomlin has been with the Steelers for 19 years. He has never had a losing season, but he has also not made it out of the first round of the playoffs since they went on their last Super Bowl run. So they've always had first round exits. There's a lot of wariness in Pittsburgh and among Pittsburgh fans around this guy has a ceiling that we've continued to hit. And I don't think he's the reason for that ceiling. The reason why they have that ceiling is because of Ben Roethlisberger. But at this point, I think it wouldn't surprise me if the organization was just like, this is his ceiling. This is as far as we always get is a winning season, a barely winning season sometimes, and a first round playoff exit. And so just wanting to make a move to someone else.
A quick question, Annie. So with the Steelers organization that ran by I forgot what the family name is. Rooney's. So their track record is they don't change coaches out like they switching out chairs. So you think they're actually going to actually do that? Because look how long Cowher was with them, and he didn't always go to playoffs and or get playoff wins and stuff like that. So with Tomlin, again, he's always had a winning record. You said they probably hit the ceiling with him. You see them firing him, or them just going to, what they traditionally do is keep the same coach unless that coach wants to leave.
No, I think one, I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed, but it would not surprise me at all if they fired him. They've had 3 coaches in the modern era of football. Tomlin has now been there longer than, what's his name? The guy you just said?
Cowher,
yeah. Longer than he was there even. And so I don't think it's not like other teams where they have like a new coach every year. And some teams like the Jets are thinking about firing a guy after 1 year. So I don't think it's a rash decision, but I do think it's fine to say after 19 years, have we seen all that we can see, knowing that the thing that needs to change most about their team from a personnel standpoint is not a situation that's going to improve in the next 2 to 3 years. Right. So either Aaron Rodgers comes back or he doesn't, but they don't have a high enough draft pick. This is not a great quarterback class anyway. They don't really like to pay quarterbacks high amounts. And so like the quarterbacks that would be up for like a new contract, like a Sam Darnold or Mac Jones from the 49ers who played really well this season. And some of like the other people, like what they would command in the market. I don't think the Steelers have shown a propensity to pay. And so they may feel like in order to keep like people with us, keep fans satiated, someone has to be sacrificed. We know it's the quarterback, but that position, whether we have Rodgers or not, is not going to change in any material way. And so maybe we just need to do something else. They've already changed out offensive coordinators. They've already changed out defensive coordinators. The last piece on the board to move would be Tomlin.
Okay. I didn't even realize about the quarterback situation of them not paying them like top dollar like other organizations. I didn't even realize that. Okay. That's it. It's not the same thing, so I don't want to make this parallel, but how what's his name? Bill DeWitt doesn't like to open up his wallet to pay for some good talent. Like, is that how the Rooney family is? They don't want to pay to get the good quarterback because the quarterback is the heartbeat of your offense.
Yeah, but one, I think it's just like the Yinzer spirit about like grit and grind and all this other stuff that they don't really believe in giving out large contracts to most people. I mean, the JJ Watt contract was like a big deal. It's one of the largest contracts they've given out besides Ben Roethlisberger. And even Ben, it wasn't until like his 3rd contract that he got paid like top quarterback money. But that's just, they're just not they're just an organization that's like, we just prioritize grit and grind and guys who are just like willing to work hard and not focused on the name on the back of the jersey, but instead the name on the helmet and all this other stuff. And so that leads them not to really win a lot of arms races when it comes to like top talent.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. See, Jobo, the Cardinals aren't the only organization that have owners that suck and don't want to pay for quality talent on an important position. You see, we're not the only ones suffering as fans.
I told you in the beginning of the show that the Pirates have finally gave a multi-year deal for the first time in 10 plus years. Okay. Yeah. Like it happens. These billionaires are cheap.
Yeah. The Penguins are probably the team that would be most likely to pay super. I mean, they've been keeping Sidney Crosby happy for a long time. They've kept Malkin happy. They kept LaFleur
For
for a
like
long time.
8.7 million every single time for Sidney Crosby, which is cool because that's his number 87.
Yes. But they're the only team that like really pays out like competitive contracts. But again, there's like a loyalty factor. So even though Malkin we hung on to LaFleur a lot longer than we probably should have. I mean, Sidney's going to get to decide when he wants to leave. We'll continue to pay him. Same thing with Malkin because him and Sidney are so close. So like loyalty is the currency that traffics in Pittsburgh, not necessarily money. But the Penguins of the three sports franchises are the most likely to open their wallets. The Pirates are the least likely to open their wallets, and the Steelers are somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Good to know. Good. Okay. And I will say, spinoff, the Penguins are on the verge of being bought by the Hoffman family, who are based here in Missouri. So I want to see if they're going to continue with their loyalty and paying people, or if they're going to switch whenever that deal goes through.
We'll see.
GBD, right? GBD. All right. Well, let's roll through the NFC side. You know, I don't give a about the LA Rams, but are they going to be real competitive? So any of y'all hop in, tell me your thoughts. Right now, Rams going against the Panthers. Our own T-Bones 49ers going against the Eagles. That's a classic matchup. And of course, the rivalry, which is coincident, it's in the playoffs, the Packers against the Bears.
It's supposed to be all snowy that game. I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm here for it then. Yeah, but definitely I'm team, Jalen Hurts, my boy. For the Eagles, I don't remember when we roll the tape back to when we did our picks at the beginning of the football season. I was team Lamar and team Jalen. And I was like, hey, this is going to be Lamar's year. Yeah, I'll allow that wrong. But I was still hoping the Ravens would face the Eagles. I'll say two birds going against each other. So I still think the Eagles have been not playing quality, decent football, but not their best. But if they turn it on now, they still have a chance to actually still go all the way on the NFC side. We shall see. Them Seahawks ain't no joke either, though. So them two birds, Seahawks and the Eagles, I can see the Seahawks chomping down on them Eagles, So tell the two birds, right?
On the NFC for wild card weekend, I'm going for all black quarterbacks. So I'm going Panthers, Eagles, and then it doesn't matter who wins between the Bears or the Packers, either one. And I think that game of the three will be the closest, particularly if Jordan Love is able to play the entire game. So yeah. That's my
think it's
the NFC
side. Go ahead.
I think it's crazy to see an 8-9 team, as a division champion hosting a wild card game, and I think that's the Panthers. And I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that game against the Rams. I think it's actually going to be. I think again, much like the AFC, that these games are going to be a lot closer than what people think. I don't think that any of these games are going to be a blowout. I hope not. I hate watching wild card games and playoff football that are blowouts. And so I'm hoping that these games are going to be a lot more competitive than what it looks like it's going to be on paper. I think that going into it, I think that it's especially this 4-5 matchup, the Panthers and the Rams might be a little bit closer than what people think. Bears and Packers, the Bears have had an up and down season, but I also feel like the Packers have also had the same. So I feel like that may be also a matchup that could, also be a little bit tight. And then the Eagles and 49ers, I really honestly don't know what to think about this matchup. So I'm just going to watch and kind of just wait and see. And again, we'll just see. We'll see what happens this weekend. I'm looking forward to some good football.
I think you'll get your wish, Faith. I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was gonna say I do think that because the past couple of years I feel like we come in after leading up to the Super Bowl and we're like, man, the wild card round sucked. It was just just blowout games. It was no fun to watch. So looking at the matchups right now, I'm a little intrigued and it's gonna be weird. Sorry, my computer shut off whenever you guys talk about the AFC, but I'm intrigued to not see Patrick Mahomes and then Lamar in there, and I was thinking to myself, like, does Josh Allen like have to make it to the Super Bowl this year at least without Mahomes and Lamar in there, you know? So like this is the time to do it.
Yes.
So it's intriguing, that's for sure.
There will be serious questions about him if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl this year. And I don't think he will. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Jaguars, but I'm not picking them to beat the Jaguars. So in terms of my picks for the AFC outside of the Texans, I'm picking the Jaguars and the Patriots. But there will be the talk of the weekend, no matter what happens in any other game. If Josh Allen loses, this was his chance to do it, because he didn't have to go through Mahomes, he didn't have to go through Lamar, and he couldn't seize on what many people see as like the weakest AFC division, and like the last, he's been a starter for 5 years, 6 years, but in the time that he's been the starter, nobody believed in him after year 1 and 2, but since his 3rd year as a starter, when he was actually like good, there will be a lot of talk about if he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. Like, I think they'll revisit the MVP conversation from last year. Like, Lamar should have got it anyway. We don't crown this guy too soon. He can't even do it in a weak AFC. So I think there will be lots of talk about it. But
it's funny because I've compared the Astros and the Chiefs the last 7 years, because they've both been on some, you know, dynasty run the last 7 years, and the Yankees could never get past the Astros to get to the World Series. It's just they would repeatedly lose to them every single year, either in the wild card, division series, championship series. And the one year they didn't have to play the Astros in the playoffs, they made it to the World Series, which was 2 years ago. So like, if everything's lining up, then maybe they at least, granted, the Yankees lost to the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani. So but we'll see what happens, you know, if it keeps lining up how it feels like it is. So I like Josh Allen, so I hope, you know, I like to see him succeed. He's cool, I think. But I don't really have a team in the playoffs. Like, Brendan was heartbroken not seeing Baker and the Bucks not making it. You know, they went through so many injuries this year, and they got Evans back like the last couple of weeks, and that Saints and Falcons game, you know, that was a crappy way to end your season. But so I don't really have a team. I just know I don't want the Rams to win, and that's that.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. I just don't want the Rams to win. I want the Bears to win, though.
I want some good football. That's all I want. You know, like, I'm not a big football fan, but playoff football is real fun, and especially fun when you get to bet on it. So, and literally everything so far, but the Rams and Panthers, their spread's 10.5, but everything else, Andy, like you were mentioning, it's 1.5. Like, that's the spread. So, I don't know. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a fun weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, and any spread less than 3 means that they think it's a toss-up, because the home team gets 3 points in the NFL, and so anything less than 3, they're basically like, we think home field advantage doesn't mean as much, and this could really be a toss-up. And I think even if the Panthers lose, I think they'll cover that 10.5. I think one of the things that could be potentially interesting and exciting is if the Steelers and the Rams lose, every remaining quarterback is under 30. And so we have like some brand new names in the playoffs that would be really interesting. And Josh Allen is the next oldest at 29. And so if he goes out, then like the oldest quarterbacks are 27. And so there's just like a lot of like, to me, this feels like the actual like changing of the guard from kind of like the last crop of quarterbacks that we always like saw at the top and those sorts of things. Also, real quick before we move on, I just wanted to throw in, I wasn't here for what's in my cup, but I just want to note that Phillip Rivers is the only player to have played in the NFL who was older than me. And like that wasn't a kicker in like the last like 3 years. And I think that should give us all hope in this new year. Like, if Phillip Rivers can be out there playing quarterback in an NFL game we all should feel pretty optimistic about the things that we can accomplish in 2026. So thank you, Philip Rivers, for showing us that you're never too old to live your best life. So.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the
Dizzy.
word from Annie. Got it. Philip Rivers is our motivation right there. He can do it. We can do
43.
it.
Philip Rivers.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. Annie mentioned about she was rooting for everybody on NFC side that had a black quarterback. So
Mhm.
Jayon said, what popped in my head is, do you know what the looks of these quarterbacks are? Like, do you know what Jalen?
Oh God,
not Jalen.
we should have done
Really?
a Raider quarterback.
Jordan Love.
Jordan
If
Love.
you don't know what Jalen Hurts looks like, treat yourself.
Yeah. No, I know what Jalen Hurts looks like.
Okay.
But he doesn't.
Josh Allen. I was like, girl,
Huh?
well, there's some other ones that can take his spot.
I went over here talking about how good he is. I like him, like as a dude. But Jordan Love, he's my type. You guys, Jamie, Bunny, you guys know he's my
She got
type.
a type.
Smoove ain't got no
Got a type. The girl got a type.
Yeah. Yeah, the quarterbacks on the AFC side ain't giving what it's supposed to give. But the NFC.
Oh, come on, Andy. You don't think Trevor Lawrence is? Just
Absolutely
kidding.
not.
Just kidding.
Hey, you know what they look like, right? Hey, I know you've seen these quarterbacks.
Absolutely
you know
not.
what he's talking about. How much you?
He looks like a Disney character.
Yeah, I can
Oh
see.
gosh.
He looks like a Disney prince. That's not my type at all. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, holla at your girl.
They got the right last name for you, huh, Annie?
Look,
Hurts.
Love
love
Hurts.
I
Hurts.
actually thought about that. Like these
Love
quarterbacks last
Hurts.
names. Okay.
And I want to be the sandwich in between. I want to be the and in between.
In between love.
Love and hurt.
The love
that's the
hurts.
sandwich
I
I'm
like
looking
it.
for.
Yes.
But wait, the quarterback for the Bears, he's a baby too. Is it Fields? And he
Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
Williams, sorry. And he a baby, like he's probably what, 24?
probably. I mean, he ain't, he would get, well, I don't know. Bryce Young also, like, nah, I would put CJ Stroud ahead of Caleb Williams and Bryce Young. But yeah, definitely the best looking group. If they were averaged,
Right.
you would have
It was
averaged.
some of all of that.
The bundle package.
No. Take the median of all them numbers. Okay, we had to put the average together, take the median. And this is what we
Yeah, we got to take the median because Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love break the curve.
Come on, Professor Annie. Come on.
Oh, so there we go. Yes, you're right. We can do the median. I think we might end up with like Aaron Rodgers versus Matthew Stafford, and then everybody loses that game.
Oh wow.
Sad game.
Not Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh.
And then everybody loses.
Okay.
Game I want to play.
Well, definitely we'll work on that producer to get some pictures of next time so we can do like a top 5 list.
We're gonna do a Raider black quarterback. And then we're gonna do the mascot game. Love it.
I know, right?
That's what
So
ladies' night is all about.
Exactly.
and so Joe Bo, you know a lot. Joe Bo knows what's good. What we know? Baseball and hockey.
Baseball's slow, like I told you guys, but I know Smoooth wanted to show something, and I'm shocked because there's a lot, like I said earlier, there's a lot of big free agents out there still. But you know how these people are. They're already doing these preseason predictions, and I'm actually curious to see what this looks like. Okay, AL East. How you have the Blue Jays add what they've added so far. The Yankees haven't done anything, and the Blue Jays were just in the World Series, and they still have the Yankees winning the division. No, I don't like that one. AL Central, trash division. Tigers are definitely going to win that division with Tarek Skubal in there. I have no complaints about that one. AL West, there's no way in hell the Mariners are going to beat the Astros out by 6-7 games. Not happening. Get that out of my face. I don't want to look at that anymore. Nope. NL
Wow,
East.
tell me how you really feel, ma'am. Sheesh.
That is how I feel. Okay, there ain't no way that's happening. Oh my gosh, I would put money on that. They're not gonna win by 6 or 7 games. Annie, your message in the chat. Anyways, let's go over to the NL. NL East, you got the Phillies winning the division. I don't think it's going to be that far off either because the Braves have made some good moves. They're going to get healthy. And the other, yeah, Mets, they've just declined. So I just have to argue about the first two. Whoa! They got the Cardinals all the way down at last. Gonna be some fun times here in the Lou, baby. Let's go. Let's go. 73.
And this is the percentage chance of them winning the division
No,
or
that's
making the playoffs.
that's their win total, I think, or like if they're gonna have more, more than 73.5 or not.
Okay, so with the Pirates, you're saying there's a chance for us to win it all next year.
They're only a game better percentage against
So
the
you're
Cardinals,
saying there's a chance.
but I wasn't saying that.
I'm not gonna give her false hope, but give her a little glimmer of hope, Jojo. Give her let it hit a glimmer of hope. Say it's a chance. Yes.
I wasn't saying that as a dig though, because the Cubs, I don't know, are they going to be better than they were last year? They lost Kyle Tucker, and yeah, they added a pitcher so far, but that's it. The Brewers, they're the Brewers. They're always going to be good. I'll probably pick them to win the division again because that's just what happens. The Reds haven't done anything since their, outstanding year last year, and then the Pirates added. So I'm gonna have to Google this Bet Online, people, because I don't like it. At the NL West, what can you say? I mean, obviously the Dodgers, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna win 100 games. No one won 100 games last year, so I think that's gonna be. I think them and the Padres will be closer than what this shows. Like it's gonna be 15 games over or whatever. So, but like I said, there's a lot of free agents out there. Like there's rumors that Alex Bregman could go to the Diamondbacks. What if Bregman goes to the D-backs and they have Bregman, Ketel Marte, and Corbin Carroll, and Corbin Burns comes back after his Tommy John. The Blue Jays have added so many people already, and they're still in the talks with Kyle Tucker. Like, I don't know. There's just too many names out there that are still too big and too big of difference makers to have something out like that. I don't know when that came out, Smooth, but people gotta do what they gotta do to try to get some clicks. But I'm not a fan of that. But as for baseball, like I said, it's slow right now. Cardinals selling away the team. It is what it is. It's gonna be exciting though. I know me, Smooth talked about that. Okay, yeah, that was as of yesterday. But I'm excited to see what the change is going to be. I don't know how Bunny's gonna do. Her and like Stanton and Sidal, they're probably gonna struggle real bad. And then we can move over to the Blues. But Bunny's real happy about the Blues though. I think they've won 3 in a row. Look out, NHL. And I think
they beat the Vegas Golden Knights. I think the other 4-3.
Yeah, so look out, everyone. The Blues are coming, and they got an 8:30 game tonight, Central Standard Time, 8:30. Us versus the Blackhawks. I hate that. That's so dumb. This is the Midwest. I have a normal time game. No one's gonna stay awake to watch these two crappy teams play at 8:30 puck drop. Not happening. I don't care if it's a division rival. That's ridiculous.
Was it? I'm so
But
sorry. I'm looking at the task force, the Mizzou getting that big win tonight. My apologies.
You said "was it" out loud, and then you type it in the chat. Was
we heard you.
The one time I need to have the mute button.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Smooth. That's the cocktail talking. You need some high quality H2O.
I had that all day at work though.
Anyways, Bunny's excited about the Blues. I'm not there yet. I can't be there yet. I'm tired of doing this. Start off slow, kind of be okay in the middle, and then excel at the end, and then lose in the playoff. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. I hate it. If you're gonna just play hockey and be good. That's ridiculous. They got too much talent on the team and they suck. They could beat the Blackhawks 6-0 tonight. I'm still not gonna care. And I'd be mad because I bet on the Blackhawks to beat us. So
That's where this anger's coming from. 'Cause
Dang.
Joe is going off. I said, damn.
that's where I'm at.
She got a damp January. She pissed.
That's where I'm at with the Blues,
Joe-
man.
Joe hit us with one of these. She said, "Clear out. I'm going ISO." So I'm just letting her cook.
Somebody
I'm
please
just-
get her a beer.
I'm just, oh my god, there's none in the house, okay? We made sure to get rid of all the beer and liqueur before Monday. But I can't. It's to the point where I bet against the Blues and then they win and then I'm mad that my hockey team won. Like, that's annoying. I hate it. It's because they're not going to do anything but break our hearts. I'm more annoyed with the Blues than I am the Cardinals. I am. I can't. Go to Jamie's topic thing. What's your?
I got something first.
Okay.
I was flipping through my sports channels the other day, and I happened upon a hockey match that was happening outside in Florida.
Oh
You see
yeah,
that?
the Marlins Park. Yeah.
Yeah, was that like? I think that was like one of the first time or second time. I think it was like something I don't know that they was.
What happened?
Oh, it's the
They-
Winter Classic they do every year, and they had the game between the Rangers and the Florida Panthers and the Marlins Park.
Ah, very cool. Yeah, it was like I flipped it on and I was like, wait a minute, there's hockey and it's happening outside and they're in Florida. I was like,
Yeah, like there was obviously we're not Florida, but there was one here in 2018, 2017. Play the Blackhawks, and I think we've had two here, right? One or two, I can't remember. We played I almost said the Cubs. We played the Blackhawks at Wrigley last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, every year they do an outdoor game or a couple of them now.
And they're
Sometimes
just weird because in Miami, even
Yeah.
in the wintertime, their winter is still like 70 degrees. So it's like this is not hockey weather.
yeah, I was like Florida, but yeah,
Right.
But
But
that's cool.
if the Florida Panthers were horrible year after year after year, I doubt they would have gave them that home game. But because they were the defending champs, I can see how they award them that.
back to
You know,
back.
they planned this a year in advance, but still, they would be competitive.
Yeah, and I know it doesn't matter obviously because like it's always the same handful of people I think that get chosen for this game. But like the Rangers are usually in it all the time. I think fans would have been annoyed if it was in New York yet again because it happens like every other year I feel like. So it's cool. It's different, Sports
think-
trying to do things differently.
Didn't the Penguins have the first one against Ovechkin?
Yeah, that one was at I don't think it was the Steelers stadium. It might have been a college football teams in Pittsburgh area.
The Steelers share Heinz Field with the University of Pittsburgh. So it's the same
Okay.
stadium.
Oh,
Oh,
he
was
said
it Michigan? Oh, for some
So the
reason,
Red
I
Wings
thought
then.
the
They play
Penguins versus Ovechkin was the first one. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so it was Detroit then, and yeah, I think Sidney Crosby scored the game-winning goal on that one. And it was all snowy and stuff. So yeah, those are the cool ones, when it's snowing and I don't know, just probably for the players though too, give them like childhood memories of playing on the pond or whatever, and it's freezing outside and snowing. But yeah, those games are fun to watch.
Very cool.
So we did your baseball, we did your hockey.
I ranted for a little bit. I went on a little craze, and I'm like hot now. I'm like mad.
Clearly, once as Annie said, once you was on that clear the room rant, it was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I said let's get Jamie's segment going because I can't. Well, my face is red.
Got it. But real quickly, correction. Annie, you saw that This your pink was against the Sabres. All right, what the hell I say? Cut my mic off. Go ahead, John.
So we got what the hell, Beyonce? Okay, so let me ask, do we have a clip for this before I get too into it, Mr. Producer, or no? Okay, never mind. So what I wanted to talk about is it is January 7th, and we still do not have a signed CBA for the WNBA. I know we've talked about this for a few months now, and yeah, we're still here. We are supposed to, it expires January 9th, so we had 2 days to figure this ish out. But first, we're gonna share a little clip, and then I'll talk more about it. Oh, okay. I thought I did lead it in, but all right, forget the clip. So what to talk about? Do y'all think that they're actually going to reach an agreement, I guess, on Friday for the WNBA?
I think Bunny should talk on this because she gets very mad every time we talk about this.
And I told her I would need her help because this is actually my what the hell Beyonce moment as well. Because what's going on here?
Well, we can all do it together, guys or ladies. They're gonna extend that deadline. They're gonna extend it like
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
Another, extension. So yeah, but also I think the possibility of a strike is on the table as well.
The
But
league
what's
can
the
afford a
possibility
strike.
of
I don't think that they would even let it get to their what do they start their training like in April?
Yeah, the season
Yeah.
starts in May, so
Yeah,
I don't
they couldn't afford it. The league will lose out more than the players. Like I said, right now, Unravel just started, even though it's not. It's 3-on-3 compared with WNBA having 5-on-5, and a lot more players playing the game. But the league would take a big look. Even with MLB, as big as they are, will take a dip if they have a strike after this season. So the WNBA, nah, they know they don't want that.
Do we
I
know
think
what the
it will
current?
depend. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Faith.
No, I was gonna ask. Do we know what the current agreement is? Anybody? Because I know what they're offering right now, but I don't know what the current agreement is as it stands. Like I know what the what they are negotiating now, the current terms, but I don't know before then, like where they were.
Yeah, I know that one of
I
the
know-
major sticking points was around revenue sharing.
right.
The WNBA has of the professional sports leagues, even when looking at like the women's professional soccer league, has the lowest player revenue sharing percentage of any professional sports league. And so it's something ridiculous. Like most of the other, like the 4 or 5 major male sports leagues, I think are closer to like a 50% revenue split between like players and owners. I think the WNBA is something like ridiculously low, but I have to.
It's lower than 30% because 30%
Yeah.
is what they're asking for right now.
Right. And that might be doubling it. Like right now, I really do think they may be at like 15% of like revenue share. Like it's something ridiculously low. And I know that was like the main point of contention.
That and the healthcare cost, I believe, too, was the other thing that they are really pushing for.
And the other thing that was like a point of contention was around, okay, so the current revenue share is around 9 to 10% for the WNBA.
Yeah.
And so
And then what is it for the NBA? Do we have that?
It's around 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same thing with like the NFL. I think theirs is around 50%. baseball I don't keep up with, but I would imagine it's something similar. But yeah, so they're asking for like 29%. So they're still not even in the ballpark of like other leagues. The other thing that I know was like a major point of emphasis for them was around removing some of the restrictions of what the franchises, and i.e. the owners, could provide if they're not going to provide like some of the league-wide accommodations that they were seeking, such as like individual hotel rooms. Right now, they most of them they sleep like two to a room. You know, them flying commercial, those sorts of things. And there have been teams that have been franchises that have been fined for like flying them on a private jet or upgrading for first class tickets or buying them suites for their hotel rooms because it's seen as providing a competitive advantage. And for the franchises that can afford it, like the Liberty, like Joe Tsai, who's the owner of the New York Liberty, like he's like, this fine is nothing to me, whatever, I'll still like pay it. And so their thing is like, if you're not going to provide these, make these accommodations standard across the league, at least remove some of the penalties for allowing like franchises or owners to be able to provide some of those accommodations without penalty. So that was like another thing that they were like fighting for. And also important to note in terms of women's sports, a large part of the healthcare conversation is also around like maternal care, maternal healthcare needs and those sorts of things. So.
Yep. I know some comparisons were made to like the NBA after 9 years. I guess you get a like lifetime pension or something to that effect. And after 4 seasons of the NBA, then they cover all your medical expenses. So that's, you know, clearly something that the WNBA is fighting for, similar, at least, benefits like that. So
yeah,
but
and
it should be
NHL has
very
something similar. I think theirs is after like 6 years, players can continue to receive like health benefits up to a certain point.
You said the NFL?
Yeah, I believe theirs kicks in at like 6 years. If you've done at least 6 years in the league, I believe you can continue on like their like medical plan up to a certain point.
Yes. And then the clip was about Nafisa Collier. She just had some comments comparing like Unrivaled and, you know, the WNBA, and finding people who are actually basically qualified to do their dang on job so we can get this deal done. So that was ultimately what my what the helly Beyonce moment was about, because we're approaching Friday, and depending on who's answering the question, it seems like they feel like they can reach, you know, some type of agreement. But then it seems like these are some big ticket items that still seem drastically apart in regards to what people think they are aligned to. So it's definitely given in another extension or potentially a strike. I think 3 players voted not to strike or something like that, but so we shall see. But here we are. So somebody gonna have to make a move, basically.
Do we have the clip ready? Because I'd love to see what Fee said. Queen Fee. Would love to.
Yeah, well, our deadline is coming up right now in a couple of days. And I think you've just heard a lot of chatter about, you know, what we're asking for is not sustainable for the business. And being on this side with Unrivaled, I know what it takes to run a sustainable business. So I think if they can't find a model that makes that happen, they need to put people in place who can, because we've proven that it is possible. There is a way, and we're thriving in that. And so I do think a deal's going to get done, but we're standing firm in what we believe in. We're not going to back down, and we can't take less. The sport has just grown too much. It would be a disservice to the people who came before us, so the work that we put in, to take less than what we're owed. Yeah. You guys.
Caitlin Clark also weighed into the conversation by publicly acknowledging the need for compromise, but also, stressing that the players want a deal that reflects the value that they bring to the league, and it also reflects the rapid growth that the league is experiencing. And I think that also reflects the sentiment of several other players around the league as well.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. But I love Defe's always comes with a little shade in her comments. She's like, well, if I know how to run a sustainable business over here, so what about you? What are you doing? But they have been eating her up in the comments though, because they're like, okay, Arrival's been 3 years and you comparing that to WNBA. But I get it, but I mean, I still like the way she's standing on business and 10 toes about what is needed. So I hope that they can reach an agreement soon so we can be excited about the upcoming season.
Yeah, and this is actually only season 2 for Unrivaled. This is only the second season.
Oh, okay, second season. Okay.
But I think she has a point in terms of like they're trying to structure WNBA funding in the same way that like the NBA and frankly like the other 4 major sports leagues, major male sports leagues in the US are structured, and what Fee and Brianna, who is the co-founder of Unrivaled, are showing is that we have to think of a different funding model. Like they have sponsors, and like it doesn't function in the same way that like sponsorship functions and like the NBA, but it has led to Unrivaled being able to play their players more for their short time than what they make in their WNBA contracts. They also have some other unique like funding structures for Unrivaled that they're asking like the WNBA to like tap into in terms of like, that's why she's like, we've proven that you can have different funding model types. And so if you can't do it, get somebody in there who can. And that to me is part of the reason why negotiations may get stalled on Friday. I think they may look at like Unrivaled numbers and engagement in terms of like viewership, social media engagement, those sorts of things. And if it seems super competitive, then the players may be like, people just want to watch us play. Like their league is young enough to still be driven by individual stars and by the talent. Like that's been really hard to market in like the NBA, for example. Like the people where it's like just that person is the draw is kind of we're getting more attached to like teams. But the WNBA still being a baby league by comparison, they can like just saying Caitlin Clark is going to play, or Paige Buckers is coming to town, or Asia Wilson is coming to town. Like they can still build off individual names. And so I think that if Unrivaled shows in its opening weekend and its second season that they got some juice, they've got some eyeballs, they've got some interest, I think that keeps the players union from like settling. And I think it gives them leverage in negotiations with the WNBA, and then perhaps may force them to go back to the table. So that's why I think a deal will be.
Yeah, Annie, I agree with you. I agree with you on that point, but I also think it's important to another factor about this is that the WNBA is still expanding. Unlike these other leagues like the NFL, the NBA that have been around, are more static. The WNBA is a more dynamic league in the fact that it still has the potential to expand in a more dynamic way, in a more expansive way, in a more exponential way than a league like the NFL and a league like the NBA, who's a bit more static. So when you're trying to negotiate something like terms in a contract, when you're talking about revenue sharing in an expanding league, it's important that these things are concrete, and that they are on paper and that they make sense, um, for both sides, but particularly for the players. And so I think that, in negotiating this, it's important for the players to understand. And I think that this is where, we are running into some conflict, is that the potential for more growth and to potential for more money, and and profit sharing is greater for these companies and for these owners, and they don't want to share, and these players know this. And so it's important for there to be some type of compromise that makes sense, where there is at least some type of compensation, because not only are these, at the end of the day, people do not come to stadiums to see front office leadership.
Right.
They don't. They come to stadiums to see the talent, to see the ball players. And so you have to have them there. And because that's the ticket. And so you have to make them happy, and people want to be there. So they have to come up with a compromise, to make the people happy, so that we continue to come to support stadiums and support the teams, so that they continue to make money.
Yeah, I think those are all great points. And I think the other thing that I've heard players talk about, and maybe the administrative side of the league is also talking about this. I just haven't heard as much. But I think as you said, it's a growing league, but it also is facing a major challenge in its talent pipeline, that the male leagues aren't experiencing, which is how at the federal level, trickling down to like state level and state universities and those sorts of things, we're seeing a rollback of Title IX.
You're getting into my where can I change?
Sorry. Okay, well, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm out.
No, go ahead though. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so they have to build this league, knowing that their existing talent pipeline, like from college to the pros, which is how most of the sports work. Well, the WNBA has really like capitalized more on international players in a way that's, and the MLB as well. But for most of the leagues, it's a college to pro pipeline, and they're about to lose a lot of funding at the college pipeline level, that will greatly impact those players. And so you're building not just for the strength of one particular league, but you're really trying to build in the growth and strength of really women's basketball in the US.
I 100% agree with you, Annie. And that is a concern, because exactly what you said, and that was actually going to be my we run this moment, and according to this CBA, agreement with the WNBA, the expansion here, the popularity and explosion of this. But how do you sustain something like this? Because there's such an inequity before even the stripping of Title IX and the stripping of all of the other things. There was already a huge inequity and a gap between the amount of access and resources for women in sports, compared to men. And then you do something like take Title IX and continue to chip away at those things and actual gates of access. It's just insane, so when you're thinking about things like this, for this agreement, it's just it's really upsetting and kind of, it's sad. But we can get to that a little bit later when it comes to we run this moment a little bit.
All right. Bunny's giving some lovins to her kids. So up next we have a new segment. It's all about faith. Gotta have it. Gotta have faith.
Okay, everybody. A rundown. It's a new segment. We're gonna talk volleyball and tennis. And because we haven't seen each other since before Christmas, we have to talk about the women's volleyball college tournament that happened. So it was so hype. I don't know if everybody tuned in. If you didn't, you missed it. It was an absolutely exciting, widely watched thriller of a tournament this year. Viewership was up about 13%. There was 1.3 billion minutes of volleyball streamed over this tournament this year. It was a 64 seed bracket, rooted by powerhouses like Nebraska, Kentucky, Texas, Pittsburgh, Wisconsin, Texas A&M. And in the early rounds, we were able to see some good matchups from number 14, USC. They dominated Princeton. Wisconsin beat Eastern Illinois. Marquette knocked out Western Kentucky early. Pittsburgh and Louisville moved on, and Iowa State beat out St. Thomas. But that was just early. And then things kicked up a notch in the regionals. So number 3, Texas A&M. And I don't know if anybody else watched the other show for like the Man Cave, but there's a segment for like the naysayers. And my naysayers moment was for this volleyball team, the Texas A&M women's college volleyball team, to take it all the way and actually win. And they actually did that. They beat the unbeaten Nebraska Cornhuskers, unbeaten going into the tournament, to win the tournament this year. So it was like really, really good. They had a host of women who actually really, really showed up. Affinia Kostapala, Kendall Stowers, the setter, I think her name is Maddie Wack, and then Lignecki, who I think is another setter or corner on the outside, played really, really well. Everybody showed up for them. They swept Pittsburgh 3-0 in the semifinals, and they actually beat Kentucky 3-0 to capture the championship. So if you didn't watch it, you missed a really, really, really good tournament. Tune in next time. You'll probably be seeing some of their faces actually in some of the USA tournaments and things that are coming up that'll start happening over the summer, because a lot of those girls are on that level. So tune in to women's volleyball if you have been missing out. And that was the volleyball recap for Over the Wing.
Nice. Love it.
It was
Y'all
so
had me
good.
watching volleyball.
It was so good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so high intensity. Like, it's so fast. It's like, and Texas A&M came out, y'all. They were pounding. They were setting their girls. Like, I mean, and they just had, you could see it in their eyes. Like, they beat Nebraska. They beat Pittsburgh. I mean, and Pittsburgh had a couple of girls that have played on the U.S. Olympic team before. Like, I mean, really good athletes. And it was a really, really, really good tournament. Did anybody catch any of those games?
I didn't watch the tournament, but I had been watching Pitt and their team like throughout the season. And because I'm from Pittsburgh, and other than the Steelers, I'm a fan of Pittsburgh sports.
Yeah.
So I had been keeping up with their team and knew that they had a great squad. And so I didn't get to catch the tournament, but I had been watching them throughout the year. And women's volleyball also seems like another one of those sports where I don't think TV does it justice.
No.
And it's probably much more exciting to like watch in person, especially if you get to see like a tournament, like a round robin set of tournaments. So yeah, and like absolutely highly energetic and great sport.
Super tactical, physical, and those girls get down. Like they're amazing. Super, super amazing, talented athletes. So I enjoy myself. I watched all the matches, and then I recorded them, and then I watched them all again. So I had a good time. I was off work for a while, so I didn't have anything else. I didn't have anything else to do, so I had time in my life watching volleyball. So that's the volleyball wrap. When volleyball comes back again, I will definitely give you all another update on Gotta Have Faith. But now we will move on to my favorite thing, you all, and that's the tennis. We're going to start off with the Battle of the Sexes. So we talked about that a little bit before the break. The Battle of the Sexes match happened in Dubai at the Coca-Cola Stadium in Riyadh. And I think it was against, it was Arina Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios. And what made it, I guess what they did to kind of make it, quote unquote, even or to balance it out, is that they had each player was limited to only one serve. Typically in a regular tennis match, you get 2 serves per person. And then Sabalenka's side of the court, that's Serena Sabalenka, the female player, her side of the court was actually reduced by about 9%. So they made it a little bit smaller. There's no doubles alley. So they made the singles court, the smaller portion of the court, a little bit smaller by 9% to limit his power advantage. And then it was a best of 3 sets match, which is typically what women play and men play the majority of the time, unless it's a major, and which they play best 3 out of 5. But even with all of that, Kyrgios actually won the match still, 6-3, 6-3. Didn't seem to be in straight sets, didn't seem to be much of a competition, broke out early, controlled the match, most of the rallies, with a clever shot variation, some strategic play. It lasted about a little over an hour, about 70 minutes. There were some entertaining moments. Sometimes the crowd got involved, but again, there were a lot of polarizing points of views. Some people are saying they don't like it. Some people are saying that it's entertaining. I don't know if they're going to keep doing this. Iga Swiatek actually a former #1 player in the world. I think she may be ranked #2 currently, came out to say and criticize the concept, saying it diminishes the strength and independence of the women's tennis game today. So we'll see. They're going to continue to do it.
What do you think?
I don't know. Because
Oh,
I feel like if you're gonna do it, I don't like the whole idea of like limiting the size of the court and like, changing all of the rules. Like if we're gonna play, let's play. Like same rules, same, everything.
Yeah.
Like have like a battle of the sexes match. Let's have a battle of the sexes match. Like let's not like use handicaps. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
let's
Yeah,
not.
because you know that on social media, you already know
Yeah.
that
Or
like that bros are going out there, talking all their ish about that, and but the thing is like if I'm sorry, I can't say her name like you do. You're a pro at that.
Sabalenka.
Right.
If I was her or any other female that ever participated in this event, and it's just because I had an older brother and I hung out with my cousins that were older that were boys and this and that, and I always hung out and played with the boys, is I don't want anything to try to help me or try to give me an advantage, especially if I got all these eyes on me. I want to prove that I can do it myself. And
she's #1 in the world, for context. Like she's actively #1 in the world. Nick Kyrgios has been on and off and not really playing for the last several years. So he's like not even actively on the circuit, like tennis circuit. So like, I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
How were there any modifications made in the original battle of the sexes match with Billie Jean King
And Bobby Riggs in
Yeah.
673. I don't think that there were.
Okay.
I don't think so, but I would have to double check. I would have to fact check myself, but I don't think that there were. I don't remember any there
Yeah, I think to me, and this also applies to like when I hear people talk about like WNBA players versus and WNBA players versus NBA players, or women basketball players versus like men basketball players. Like I don't think that the best women's player really in any, well, I won't say any sport, but like for basketball or tennis or something like that, would actually match up well with the best player in the men's sport. Because I think what makes you the best, and like the ways in which women play would actually pose the greatest challenge to a male player. And so I think like if it was more of like who's going to be the male player, we actually think that like this person who maybe isn't Sabalenka or Coco Gauff or something, but maybe is actually like ranked like 10th, would actually give the male player like more of a challenge, because what that person does best would actually be something that like would be really challenging for the men's game, because it doesn't really exist in like the men's game. So, yeah, I think that there could be ways for it to be competitive if you, but I don't think it's necessarily like, let's put Asia Wilson against LeBron James. Right. I think if it's like, actually think a really small player would give LeBron James like fits, right? Like, so that wouldn't be the woman. Like, I think we could find a woman player who maybe could beat him in like a 21 situation, but it might be someone like Kelsey Plum, like KP or somebody who's like so small and fast that like LeBron, who's used to playing up here, wouldn't be able to like get near her and she can like shoot you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you would use a different strategy and not just be like, give us your one and let's have them play each other.
And I honestly think, I mean, this obviously wasn't the case with this Battle of the Sexes match, but I honestly think with tennis and the amount of AI and like data driven statistics that they have, they should be able to, you know, maybe come up with a closer matchup or something that, you know, would work, you know, more congruently. You know, I don't know. Maybe they'll come up with something that works a little bit better. I don't know. Or maybe the pretense is just wrong. You know, like, is it exhibition? Is it supposed to be competitive? You know, like maybe like we're losing, you know, people with, you know, like that too. Like, what is it supposed to be? So I don't know. So well, maybe they'll figure it out. It's only been like 50 years. Like, what year is it? 1970. Only been 50 years. Just ready to figure it out at some point. Okay, but moving on in a little. I have a few more tennis news before we move on. It's the start of the season, 2026. That means the Australian Open is happening right now. They are at the United Cup. They are playing in Perth and Sydney. Big names are playing for the Team USA: Coco Gauff, Taylor Fritz for Italy, Jasmine Paolini, Flavio Caboli for Poland, Iga Swiatek, Hubert Hurkacz for Australia, Alex de Minaur and Maya Joint, and others: Naomi Osaka, Emma Raducanu, and Casper Ruud also join. And then we're looking forward to possibly seeing Serena later in the season. The most likely scenario would be her playing possibly a doubles match with Venus at Wimbledon. Venus is actually playing in the Australian Open. She has a wild card. She's actually been playing, I want to say, in one of the tournaments. I think she's playing in Brisbane right now. She lost her first round match, but she's actually looking pretty good. Some notable names that are heading to Australia on the men's side: defending champion Yannick Sinner will be looking to ward off players like Carlos Alcaraz, Novak Djokovic, Daniil Medvedev, and hopefuls Alexander Zverev, obviously Ozzy, Alex de Minaur, and of course hopeful Alex Ben Shelton. That's an American. And then on the women's side, looking into Australia, we have defending champion Madison Keys, warding off the same people: Swiatek, Sabalenka, Gauff, Osaka. But then some other young hopefuls that she would also have to ward off would be Victoria Mboko, Amanda Anisimova, and Mira Andreeva. So we're looking forward to that. And the Australian Open actually starts, I want to say, MLK Day. MLK weekend. So looking forward to that.
Me and Jamie were talking about how well you just. I'm assuming you're saying these people's names right because it sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
I would just say to the chat. I don't know if you can see the chat right now, but segment idea is give you like two to three NHL player names, some of the hardest names out there.
I'm reading it now. That's
have you say it out loud, and then we'll have like Google do its thing and be like, yeah, say my name. There you go. Segment idea.
I'd have to practice, but I'm telling you, I watch tennis so much. I'm telling you all, like, I know these people's names because I watch it all the time.
So you just like listen to their names and repeat like in your sleep or something? Like, my lord.
No,
it's like being waking up from a dream, like Sabalenka.
Oh my lord. See, I think you're just making stuff up right now, but
I'm
okay.
not. These are actual names.
Okay.
We have no idea, but I'm impressed.
Or just
names. I promise.
or believing you. Okay. All right. Our next segment is fouled out.
I
I'll
love
just
it. Call it. Say my name. That's great.
yeah. I'll just say mine real quick. Brendan brought this up to my attention, and it's the Washington quarterback. You know, he wanted to enter the transfer portal. Washington said, you know, he had to sign a legally binding revenue share contract, and that they will go after him, you know, if it is broken. And then I think it was broken. So, I don't know. And it's not just the players; it's everyone in college. You hear about it more with college football. I know it's about money. I know that's what Buddy would be saying right now. It's money, money, money. But like, I don't like how the business is ran for the college football. With all the transfer portals, and I mean, wasn't there a kid with Mizzou that something similar happened? Like they were trying to sue him or something, and now he's with someone else. I don't know. It just seems like a very sketchy business, and I don't like it. Holy cow.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
I don't know why he did that to me.
Why you do
so foul.
Look, I pressed the mute button, and I knew I wasn't on camera.
Right.
I knew it was gonna get a reaction out of Joe. She's not even on the camera now. Where did Joe go?
I'm crying.
She read everything. Go get you one of those, Joe, so you can drink with it.
It's so big. Why? Oh my gosh. He's all that water after pronouncing those names. Jeez. Oh my god.
Look, she just put in work. She is parched, okay?
Right. She spit off all them names like Twister, okay? So
like 20 of them too.
Oh my hilarious.
You think Busta Rhymes did his what's next verse and
right.
water afterwards? Come on. You gotta re-lubricate the vocal cord.
Oh, right.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny. You gotta watch Smoooth, man. Thinks he's slick. Thinks he's slick. Oh man.
Oh, hilarious.
All right. I was talking about college football, and it's sketchy is all I'm saying. That's my fouled out. This guy's not the only one. You know, it happens. You got coaches dipping and whatnot too. So, but yeah, that's my fouled out. I guess it's more of a organization or whatever instead of an actual player. But yeah.
Yeah. His NIL deal was $4 million. The worth. That's crazy.
And the thing is that all of this is because the schools themselves just won't pay the players. If they just paid the players and did contracts with the players and recognized this is a professional thing, you wouldn't have all of this. But it's because they refuse to pay the players like actual employees that it's the Wild West out there. And so really the schools brought this on themselves by refusing to pay the players directly from the schools.
And I don't know, I'm sure one of you guys have it, but I think it was like a crazy amount of players that enter the transfer portal, you know, like I know it was like money and stuff, but I would just hate to be moving all over the dang place. What's the point? I don't know. And then you got these like 30-year freshmen or something like that too. Like
I don't know how old you are, Joe, but you're in your 30s, right?
Yeah, I'm saying though, like you got I'm not saying like 30-year-old freshmen. I'm saying
no, but what I'm saying is you're like moving all around like at 30 something, and I'm 43. Like I don't want to move around now. But if I was 18 to 22, put me in a new city every year where I'm going to be the king on campus, have millions of dollars at 18 to 22. You could have moved me every 3 months if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in cars. I was living off I didn't even do Red Bull. That No Dose was my
The heck is
Wow.
back in the day. I was living off No Dose and gas station coffee. If you had told me, I would have seen that as part of a positive of the experience, is getting to do something new, experience a whole new city, a whole new set of college girls or college guys every year. Like, that's part of the thrill, is the moving around. You speaking as a 30-year-old with a house and
I don't know
family
though,
that you're like, I
because
don't want to move.
I was a pretty chill. I'm gonna say kid, and you guys probably still think of me as a kid, but I was a pretty cool, calm, I was engaged by 19. You know, like, you know,
Oh yeah, you're like an old lady.
I can't think the way I do puzzles for fun. And Jamie, don't laugh at me because I just saw on my Facebook memories your little puzzle from
My
like 2 years
puzzle.
ago. Okay. I just bought my first diamond art thing that I'm like really excited to try. It's gonna be so cool. But yeah, I'm just an old soul, you know. Like I said, I've been married for 10 plus years. I can't think like that because I never thought like that. So, but I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm positive. I know that this is probably part of the reason why these guys do this. But again, it's still part of the fouled out part of it for me. Like I don't get it. These kids are in, or young men are in school for sometimes 8 to 10 years, and they're just moving around making money and God knows what else. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. That's all I'm saying.
Just don't like it.
See, look
Yeah.
at me. I'm getting all hot and bothered again.
I was about
Okay.
to say, I'm the hot flash.
I'm an old soul, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Faith, do you have a fouled out?
I do. I didn't initially have it written down, but I have one now. And my fouled out moment is just the Baltimore Ravens. Just everything. The
Dang.
the missing field goal at the end of the game, the firing of Jim Harbaugh, the comments from Lamar Jackson, just the implosion of a football team is my fouled out moment for the week. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't really care what's going to
Well,
happen.
I'll tell you, I have enjoyed all the videos of fans very sad and punching TVs and crying and stuff. Those are always enjoyable.
It is certainly the end of an era.
Yeah. My poor cousin, I thought I was gonna have to I had to call and check in on her because she's like big Ravens fan. I was like, "Are you okay? Like, do I need
They
to
are
send
not.
for help?
Okay.
Do I need to
I
send
don't
for
have the
help?"
DMV. Okay, not.
She
They're
she
not
sent me
doing
this
well.
meme of this girl crying like, "How could you do this to me?"
What do you think was worse though for them, this year or last year, like in the playoffs?
Last year was hard too.
Like that was
I
brutal.
think
To
this
me,
year.
this year, yeah.
I was
Well,
about to say
let,
last year was hard, but this year,
letting Aaron Rodgers beat you, and all you had to do was kick a field goal.
I'm telling you,
It wasn't even just kick a field goal, because you know, as most coaches will say, and most players, if they're honest, like, we had 60 minutes to win a football game, not one play. It was the way that they won.
Stop playing.
Well, no, it was the fact that, like, the way that their defense could not stop the Steelers from moving the ball without their number one threat, which is DK Metcalf. Look, she out here saying Sabalenka, and I can't say DK. Lord, DK Metcalf. And an offense that's not really good, and they let them just move down the field to score a touchdown to go ahead. And I love Kyle Hamilton as much as the next person. Maybe we could do, like, after we do our black quarterback bracket, we can do a secondary bracket, because that's the second finest group of players on an NFL team. So we could do like corners and safeties. And I love Kyle Hamilton. But it's just been so, despite the offensive challenges with Lamar being in and out the lineup, their defense really was the biggest problem. and it was their biggest problem last year, and they did absolutely nothing to solve it this year, and that's why like something drastic had to happen. Because it shouldn't have come down to the kick at the end. The Steelers should have never scored that go-ahead touchdown. They shouldn't have even scored, even though it ended up being a field goal. Like, they shouldn't have gotten that in the first half. There was just absolutely no pass rush. You've got Aaron Rodgers back there who's old as dirt, and who is like vocal about I ain't trying to get hit. And they still couldn't like get to him, make him uncomfortable, disrupt anything with they've had no pass rush all year. And so it was just like, I think the Ravens have fouled out. I think Lamar and like Zay Flowers. And I mean, honestly, Derrick Henry as well. Like, it wasn't his fault they stopped feeding him. And he had over 100 yards in the first half, and then they just went away from feeding him. So it wasn't his fault either. Like, it was all on the defensive side, and they did nothing to fix it. And to me, it was like their defense, it specifically fouled out.
Yeah.
Yep, I could agree with that. And Annie, while you're still talking about that, do you have anything to add on to it, or do you have any fouled outs of your own?
I can't think of one, no, since I just answered. But let me tell you, behind the scenes production happening, because your girl is invested in this black quarterback bracket, and I've almost got the bracket done.
I was just about to say, she has been on this bracket.
Listen.
Oh my Lord.
Look. I said it to
bracket.
be funny, and then I was like, no, really, what would the divisions be? Who gets the
Oh my God.
So by the end of this show, I'm gonna have a bracket ready.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with filing out, but your girl is doing production.
Right, but the bracket gonna be ready.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right. Up next, we're gonna do She Got Game.
Okay. Yes.
Jamie, do you have one?
Yeah, I got one. So this just happened this week. We have Layla Edwards, the first Black woman to play Olympic ice hockey for Team USA. Okay. So I was like, yes. She's 21 from Ohio. It says she started figure skating at 3. And then she started playing hockey at like 5, but there were no girl hockey teams. So she, like, most of her childhood, she played on the boys teams. But I was like, that's dope. I'm like, 2026, this is the first one. So kudos to her. Layla Edwards, She Got Game. Super dope. She's currently a senior at the University of Wisconsin, plays for the Badgers. So we'll see her in February at the Olympics.
We'll see you at the zoo. That's what I felt like you were about to say.
Okay, Layla Edwards. I like
yes.
that.
Yeah. So super dope. I was like, wow. I thought, Joe, you would have found out. You with the hockey.
Much. I'm tired, so I haven't been seeing
Joe is tired and married with kids.
I'm old.
She doing her puzzles. I'm surprised you're not on those Lego puzzles. I kind of want to try one.
I do Lego, so don't play.
Oh, no, it looks amazing. I'm like,
I got 7 Lego sets in the box right now that need to be done.
Okay. Legos are expensive, so anytime we happen to come across a little bit of money, we'll have a date night and do a puzzle. Not puzzle, a Lego.
Yeah,
they're fun. I'll send y'all some pictures of my Legos, y'all. I got the little typewriter and a Super Nintendo, and I got all of the Home Alone, and I do all the.
Dang, you got the expensive ones. Okay, all right. What do you got?
She got an NIL deal for her Legos. Don't play with her.
Right? Do you have the Avengers Tower too? Jeez. If you say yes. She ain't answering. Okay. All right, Annie's
Oh,
got
it's
the bracket
ready. Drum roll. And this how she do it on the 5th anniversary. Okay, ask and it shall be done.
Listen, because we love sports, but we also ladies, and so look,
The
I'm
one seed
looking
gets
for
the first.
I'm
Who gets
looking
the
up plays.
first
I'm looking
bye?
up players.
The black,
So,
Right.
the black
That's
quarterback
on the
bracket.
field.
Joe, keep up.
I know. I'm saying who's getting the bye?
The one seeds get the bye for each
North.
division. So I've got 4 divisions.
Okay.
She's been putting the divisions together since.
Listen, and
Oh
so
my
then
gosh.
it'll be just like the regular
North
bracket.
and
We have like,
South.
mhm.
I love
And
it.
so the one seeds get the bye in each
Shador.
bracket. So I know that people can't see what's happening in the chat, but
Right.
Smoooth will make this public for everybody. But essentially, what I did was I took 28, 27 and a possible black quarterbacks in the NFL this year. So both starters and backups. Our possible is going to be Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
Because even though he's not black, we can claim him, okay? And we needed one more person to make the bracket even, okay? And he was best choice. And so we've got a north, south, east, and west in terms of the different divisions. I tried starting out to arrange the quarterbacks in the division by starters who actually play in that division in their respective conference. So like Jordan Love plays for the Packers, he's which is in the NFC North. Shador Sanders, who's number 2 in the North Division, plays in the AFC North. So I started by doing that. And then once I started getting the backups, we had way too many in the East. And so then they just kind of got dibbled and dabbled elsewhere. But our 1 seeds for the North are Jordan Love. For the South, CJ Stroud. For the East, Jalen Hurts. And for the West, Patrick Mahomes. And so there's 7 in each division. So the 1 seed would get the bye for the first round matchups. And then we do 2 through 7 matchups, and we do a whole bracket and see who's going to be our final 4 and then who the winner is. So I have been paying attention and engaged, but I also, my audience was like, girl, you ain't saying nothing but a thing. Let's go ahead and put this together. So here we go. We're gonna get Smoooth to copy this chat we got going. He gonna set up a whole bracket. That's gonna be our
with the picture showing.
Yes,
Jamie, make sure you pick out a good picture.
Here's my request. We do not use team photos. So like the photo that looks like their mugshot and their uniform that they take each year.
Okay.
Don't use that.
Okay.
There has to be 1 suit photo.
Oh my
and
God.
Shirtless photo.
Huh?
Shirtless photo.
Oh.
I'm okay with that. So maybe 1 suit
I'll allow it.
1 suit photo, 1 workout photo, and then 1 like sweaty, just made the play of my life. I'm in the zone. I'm looking real alpha right now. I got my swagger, like that type photo.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right.
Yes. So,
and this is your fantasy football right here.
I like to spend my fantasy football is in a love and hurt sandwich.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did this. I feel like this would have been expected of me, but the fact that you did it makes it better.
Jamie, you're expected to get those pictures that Annie was talking about.
I can definitely help.
Right.
Exactly, yeah, because he's gonna pick like the worst picture, and it's not gonna give what it needs to give. Yeah,
right. We can't let the producer pick the photos. Like I said, they'll pick the team photos where people look like they just got sentenced to 10 to life, and so that's not no. But seeing like Jalen Hurts after like a game-winning Super Bowl touchdown, just kind of looking like, yeah, I do this. And it's like, yes, you do. Bree is a
That little
lucky
look
woman.
off like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I do this. Bree's a lucky woman. She really is. I love her. But she better not mess up. She better not mess up. So and same thing with like Jordan Love. Him and his wife are pregnant, about to have their first baby. Love that for them. Also, she better not mess up. Smoooth talking about he wasn't gonna get any photos because we ain't gonna have him saying he looks good. Let me use this one. Look, just like men can look at the statue of David or the appreciate artwork, everybody can look at Jalen Hurts and just be like, that's a man. That is just a fine specimen of God's creation. It makes you believe in the divine, right? You're like, there's no way that this happened by evolution. A divine hand.
And not by accident at all.
No, a divine hand said, let me touch you, breathe life into this body and this face.
Wow. All right.
And he said, and it is well with my soul. And I said, yes, mine too, Lord. Do for me as you have done for others.
And this is some of my best work. It is well.
And then he broke the mold and he said, I can't give y'all more than that, okay? Like, let me chill out.
Oh, is it at the
Look, then he took a sip of water out of a big water jug and was like, let me refresh the palate. God took a big old sip of water out of his jug after he made Jalen Hurts. He said, oh, I done did my big one with that. Let me hydrate. I lost some electrolytes on that creation. Let me hydrate. So
yeah, y'all can have Jalen Hurts though. He not my type, so I released him.
Oh Lord.
Okay, then this bracket is gonna be good because I thought we was all just gonna come out and be like, Jalen Hurts wins. What are we doing? So that makes it interesting.
I know Joe type. I don't know about the rest of y'all, so I can pretty much figure out who she gonna pick.
Okay.
Some of these guys' names though, I don't know. I'm about to do some research.
Like who?
Let me look. Hold on. Ooh, actually, you know what though? You do know my type, and Jada Daniels is like right in between there. Just so you know, I'm looking at that. Hold on.
I can see that.
All right. I don't know who Spencer Rattler is.
He gonna lose whatever round he gonna lose.
Isn't Geno Smith kind of old?
He is, but he would be Spencer Rattler. I would bet.
And I'm telling you right now, Patty Mahomes. I ain't about to put Kermit
I do
on my list.
not like him at all. He gives me the.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, we're not going by voice.
No, if you hear him for so long, he starts to look like him as well.
That makes it worse. You don't even have to. Even before he opened his mouth, he does not.
So what I'm hearing is there might be some early round upsets, some Cinderella.
Maybe some Cinderella stories. Maybe some.
Yes, I'm here for it. I love this
Hilarious.
for us. I love this for us.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
And Miss Williams, you should play too.
Yeah.
We got to send the bracket to Miss Williams. Let Miss Williams play.
Oh, yeah, Miss Dove, come on. All right. Let's see. So we did does anybody else have a She Got Game? We went spiral with the bracket. But
look, that was my game. That was my
contribution. Right.
That was my contribution.
Yeah, I have one. I feel like because I missed out on saying this person's name when we were talking about best female athlete of the year. I did not mention her name last year. Maybe somebody else did, but I want to go back and mention her name. Sydney McLaughlin-Larone. I want to mention her as being crowned the World Athletics Female Athlete of the Year. She capped off an undefeated season last year and solidified her talent as herself as a generational talent last year. Obviously, she is a track and field athlete. She dominated the 400-meter hurdles last year, the World Championships, winning the gold in a record time last year. So I just wanted to shout her out as a She Got Game moment because I did not last year.
Cool. I thought you were about to put some crazy name
I
out
ain't
there.
got no crazy names.
Okay. All right. Our last segment is we run this. This is one I'm running out of ideas, so I don't have one. Right now, I don't know. Jamie or Faith, do you guys have one?
I got
Yeah.
one, but mine's kind of a cheap one, but gonna do it anyway. But when was that? I think that was this past weekend, maybe. I don't know. The days run together. But if you missed it, Snoop Dogg doing the hopped on the mic during the Warriors game and did the broadcast. It was a whole vibe, hilarious. And I was asking Smooth, I was like, is this the first time that has been done? But I'm like, we need more of that, especially just his his interactions. And I think we have a clip, but it was just hilarious. So I approve this, and we need more of that. Like, it made the game that much better with his commentary in it. So I like more, maybe celebrities broadcasting the games would be good. So that's my rerun this. And we do have the clip from the Warriors game. So if you missed Snoop Dogg at the Warriors game, here you have it. Let's run it.
Oh, look at Steve Kerr. He's all the way out here.
Uh-oh, Steve, don't get thrown out. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Back him up. Back him up, GP. Back him up. Steve ready to fire on him.
He's already gone.
Steve banging Inglewood right now. Inglewood. Get him, Steve. You in Inglewood, Steve. The Arizona Wildcat that came out and look at him.
I've got it.
You cannot beat that. That was priceless. When he started, I was done. Like, only Snoop Dogg. You in Inglewood, Steve?
Only Snoop.
I'm like, that was hilarious. I loved it. I need more of that. That was amazing. So
I'll
that
say
was definitely gonna run
I
this.
turned that game on because I had a bet on it, but I was laying in bed watching that, laughing my little booty off because
Yeah.
that was great. It definitely made a sport that I don't have a lot of interest in more entertaining and more fun to watch. So yeah, but it can't just be some like Clear Eye
Right.
is awesome, but yeah, it has to be someone like Snoop. Like as soon as I heard, it, I'm like, okay, why is Snoop Dogg on this game? But it
I
was
was
cool. I
like,
liked it.
yeah, as soon as I'm like, Snoop do everything. Like, I want to be him when I grow up because
hmm
this man can go in any room, anybody, and do anything and still get the same level of respect. It's crazy. Like,
It's very loved.
dope. Yeah.
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 Snoop does everything.
Faith, do you have a we run this?
Yeah, my run this moment kind of ties in from what we were talking about earlier with the WNBA CBA agreement. And just like Annie was referencing, just the travesty with the inequitable treatment of female athletes, not only on a professional level but before, on a collegiate level and before, on a high school level and before. And so I would really, really like to see, if it were up to me, and now we're talking about, stripping further, protections and resources and access, with Title IX funding and um rulings and all of that. Like, I just, it's a travesty, and I really, really hate to see women's sports take more steps back, already fighting for access, and now this, so if it were up to me, I would do anything that I could to level that playing field for female athletes, so that leagues like the NBA and other leagues that are starting, like, I mean, there are lots of them. Like, when I did my research, I found, lots of them. Like, there's Unrivaled Basketball, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, the Women's Pro Baseball League, like Professional Women's Hockey League, like the Northern Super League, the League Rugby League. These are all professional women's sporting leagues, who need resource and access, and just honestly, just like some money, and like and wherewithal, and all of these things put behind it. And so I'm saddened by the decisions, and I'm saddened about the things that are going to come from this rollback of Title IX, when it comes to women's sports. And so if I could change anything, if I ran something, if I could do anything about it, it would be that.
Very good. Yep.
Annie, do you have anything you want to run it? Be like, make sure there is a legit sexy black man quarterback league or something like.
Yeah, like a lingerie. I don't want to see NFL players play flag football in the Summer Olympics in LA. I want to see them play lingerie football. I think the NFL Pro Bowl game, instead of being first they played regular football, people didn't want to get hurt, mess up their contracts. Now it's flag football. It's a joke. Have them play lingerie football. Like, if y'all barely gonna touch each other and just bump into each other,
mud, grease, I don't know, something.
Look, do it in some like boxer briefs. Like, that's what I want. So that's what I would do if I was running
out
things.
there.
Oh my Lord.
All right, we run this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no words.
This lady's not
Faith gonna be the poster child.
Oh my gosh. There goes. Oh man.
That's it. There. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. All right.
Yes. Hilarious. Woo. I'm blaming Annie. She made us go down this random trail today.
Jamie, it's usually you bringing up all this stuff. So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
y'all bring me on the show. Speaking of like women's leagues, I definitely want to shout out the WFNC, the Women's Football National Conference, as well as the WFA, the Women's Football Alliance, which is the league I played for with your St. Louis Slam. Now, 6-time national champions as of this year, playing their championship games on ESPN. We're doing the thing regardless of how many people are paying attention. But as the shirts say, people love women's sports. So check out the WFA and your St. Louis Slam. But y'all bring me on here because I'm a football expert. And I feel like I just contributed some real football expertise by creating this Black quarterback bracket. So I feel like I did what I was brought on to do with the show.
She did that. She did.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
The premiere of the Black quarterback bracket.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, since Buddy's not here, she's had to put the kiddos to bed. I will close this out. Annie, thank you for joining today on our 5-year anniversary. You made it even more crazy than it usually is, but I love it. So thank you. I miss having you on the show more frequently. And then so I hope everyone has a good rest of the week. Happy 2026. Make sure you catch us on all the socials. You got us on Hot 365 Radio, Facebook, Platform Sports Talk Show, on X, 314 Sports Talk, on Instagram, the Platform Sports Talk, and on YouTube, the Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure you subscribe and click on that bell. Every first Wednesday of the month, like today, is Ladies' Night. Every other Wednesday in between is going to be the main show. And every last Wednesday of the month is the Man Cave. So make sure you tune in every Wednesday. And you guys have a great week.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.